Now let's take a look at a very simple process called duplicating an image. And why would you want to duplicate an image? Well, let's look at this image of El Capitan in Yosemite National Park. And I really like the cloud formations and the way the light is playing on the clouds in the very, very late afternoon just prior to sunset. And also like the winter scene in the foreground with the snow on the trees and so on. But I want to brighten this dark area without affecting the exposure in the clouds in the sky. Now, the best way to do that is to simply duplicate the image and do separate processing. So duplicating an image in PhotoLab is very easy. Command D, and there you have a duplicate image. Or you can come up to Image, Create Virtual Copy, which is the same as Command D or Control D. If you want to go so far as to create a project from the current selection, you can certainly do that, but that's something I've never done. So now we have two copies of the same image, and we know that if we adjust the dark areas in this image, the noise reduction will be recomputed. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go to the shadows slider right up here, and I'm simply going to go like this. And I don't want to make it terribly much brighter, but I do want to just increase the presence of it, just to give the image a bit more dimension. So this is the first image. And this is the second image. And notice that the adjustment adjusted the entire image. But again, I'm going to process both images and combine them in Photoshop. So let's be sure that we're doing what we need to do on the noise. Now, I say there's going to be noise in these dark areas, and there certainly is, even though it is ISO 100. It was shot at f9, and when you brighten the dark areas in that kind of scenario, you are going to get noise. Now, the best way to process that noise is to go Deep Prime. And remember, our preview is only available right here. And I'm going to take this and move it over here. And I want another sample area. Let's put it right there. And now what I'm going to do is take this luminance slider all the way down, let it recompute, and then just run this up a little bit. I'm not going to need much because it is shot at ISO 100, and this was with a 645Z, which is a very clean image anyway, but I like perfection, and I want this image to have the highest quality result that I can generate. So I think that's going to do it for us, and we've now taken care of the noise, but let's go ahead and go to different areas of the image just to make sure. We'll come down to here. And I don't see any noise, so I think we're in very good shape. I'm going to hit Command 0 to go back to full view on the image. Now I'm going to choose both images, and then we will proceed to export the disk in the normal way. Now when I put them into Photoshop, I'll be able to blend the darker area of this image with the lighter area of the foreground, and I'll have a result that I think is very, very good. Now, we're also going to use this image in subsequent lessons entitled Putting It All Together. We're going to do a complete treatise from beginning to end. So for the moment, this is how to duplicate an image and also why you would want to duplicate an image in DxO PhotoLab.